Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We have two-in-one news to render to you today, and this has to do with Governor Nyesom again. One is the fact that obviously a lot of people are beginning to talk about Nnamdi Kanu's ability to have crashed down Governor Nyesom political career, and also the fact that figures are rising on the number of people killed in Oyigbo massacre. The number is really huge, and how many so much more injured is really saddening though. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the Igbo Youth Council OYC worldwide has declared that the political career of Rivers State Governor Nyesom has been murdered by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The OYC believes that Wike, whom it described as an Igbo of Ikwere stock, will be haunted by the killing of residents in Oyigbo local government area by soldiers. The group said the killing was a political eyesore that will surely be used to haunt Wike's future political aspirations. Nnamdi Kanu is a messenger and a pawn in the hands of Northeast and Yoruba politicians, carefully drafted to destabilize Southeast and South states to upset upcoming presidential aspirants from the two political zones ahead of build-ups of 2023. OYC claimed in a statement signed by Mazi Okechukwu Izuguzoro is President General and made available on Saturday. According to OYC, Kanu saw the opportunity to use #EndSARS protest as adventurous political scheming to run down presidential hopefuls through causing controversies by inciting violence in many parts such as Aba, Enugu, Nnewi, Onitsha, Owerri, Abakaliki, and Obibbo. The youth group believes that while other governors in the Southeast and South managed the crisis and civil disobedience with maturity and wisdom, Governor Wike was caught up in the allegedly grand conspiracy designed by some politicians using Kanu. Governor Wike should be bold enough to clarify most of the allegations leveled against him by IPOB leader, especially that Kanu, made him governor, and he should quickly tender unreserved apology to his kinsmen, that's Ndibos, over the mistakes of Obibbo in order to revert to his role as de facto opposition leader. If he rallies on the deceptive rhetorics of a few circle of Igbo leaders that only values his pocket, definitely he will never escape the dent and consequences of the Obibbo massacres in the future as the chief security officer of Rivers State, as history might be unkind to him, the OYC says. But in another news, and this has to do with the fact that a number of the people killed by in the massacre of Obibbo has come up, and it's really saddening. A human rights organization, International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, that's Inter-Society, has said that it has confirmed the killing of at least 50 people, with 80 others during and after the EndSARS protest wars. Now, they now want further to say that in Oyigbo local government area of Rivers State, of course, the chairman of Inter-Society, Mr. Emeka Umeagbalesi, in a statement accused Governor Nyesom of aiding the military to kill residents of Obibbo between the 21st of October and the 4th of November 2020. He alleged the killings were so glaring that the corpses of the slain littered the bushes and the roadsides, with some buried in shallow graves or left to decompose and others picked up by their relatives. According to him, in Obibbo, an environment in Rivers, we can temporarily confirm the killing of at least 50 unarmed citizens and injuring of not less than 80 others. We can also confirm 11 dead so far, out of which 8 have their names identified and 3 yet to be named. Their names are Pastor Igwe, slain husband of Mrs. Amara Igwe; Queen Nwazwe, slain fiancée of Mr. Monday Bako; Okoro Peter and Chinwendu O. They were shot at close range and killed instantly by soldiers on the 24th of October 2020, few meters away from Governor Wike's convoy. The governor was visiting Oyigbo to assess his military deployment and curfew same day, and the two young residents barely emerged from their houses to hear what their governor has come to tell them when soldiers sighted them and opened fire, killing them instantly. They were shot on their forehead, forcing the brain box of late Chinwendu to burst and emptied at the center of the road. Other dead citizens were Jude Egezuru, died from gunshot injuries, Clifford Nkemdilim, Miss Ngozi Ozwo, Udeme O.C. Monday, a yet to be identified dead citizen, second yet to be identified citizen, and third yet to be identified dead citizen. It must be noted that soldiers took away bodies of most of those killed. Wow. And this news is actually gotten from Sun News Online, and the civil rights, the CSO involved in these findings is the Human Rights Organization, International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law Inter-Society. And that number is really huge. Let's start with let's look at this very critically, and let's start with the issue of Nyesom Wike's political career. The first news was that Nnamdi Kanu has successfully dented the image of Governor Nyesom Wike's political career. And the first news also insinuated, as Ohanese Youth Council insinuated, that Nnamdi Kanu was used as a pawn to destabilize the presidential aspiration or political aspirations of those from the Southeast and South-South respectively, so that in 2023 they may not have a tangible or viable person or personality to represent them come 2023 presidential election. Well, I've been following with Nyesom Wike for a while, and he has never mentioned that he was going to go for vice presidency. Although we keep hearing that he has a lot of persons keep saying that he has intention of being either the vice president, he wants to run alongside Tambuwa. But I heard him. There was a time, I think sometime last year or early this year, he said he actually had no intention. But this is the second tenure. He has no intention of running for presidency or for vice, but if you tell me maybe he may be thinking of going for senate, okay, it makes a lot of sense. Most times governors in Nigeria, when they are done with their tenure as two-term governors, they usually go to the senate and rest there until whenever the status quo changes. Most times it happened with the likes of Roger Sokorocha. Some of them, if they're in Senate, the next thing they're thinking of is to vie for governorship. That's always been a circle thing, really. You don't get to see newcomers coming, really. It should be within the circle of leadership. Governor to Senate, Senate to governor. So it's always been like that. So, yes, maybe Senate, but if you say Denton, that's if he still has their desire to still vie for higher aspirations. But then, politicians, you can't really tell. They may say they're not interested, and 2, 3, 4 months to the time they will tell you their fan base decided to buy them the form. So who are they not to accept? So I can't vie for anybody. I can't say that he doesn't want to run, but he has not shown indications. But people are insinuating that he actually wants to run for it. All right, but another one that got my attention is the fact that OYC said that Nnamdi Kanu is being used as a pawn by northern politicians to spoil the political aspirations of the southeastern politicians and southern politicians. That makes it look as if, it sounds as if that the north is partnering with Nnamdi Kanu. Is it for Biafra agitation? I don't get that particular analytical political analysis on that. But that's actually their personal opinion anyway, as in where they have looked at it, they feel that is what is happening, which means invariably they're saying the North is also sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu. That's really funny if you ask me, but then it's a personal opinion. Now, for the issue of the slain people in Oyigbo, allegedly so, because these guys are the one that said they found out, they've done their findings. Out of the 50 they claim, they have been able to identify they've been able to see 11 bodies, of which 8 has been named. All right, but those numbers are huge, really, and to the departed soul, may their soul rest in peace. I just pray that the parents, the relatives find a way to give God, may God give the parents, the relatives, the fortitude to bear their loss. But that's how we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this whole news? I pray that one day we'll look back and there will be no sad news coming from this country. That's what we're going to wrap it. Let's meet in our